They moved it on us.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Supervisor Benson?
Here.
Councilman McCarthy?
Here.
Councilman Warren?
Here.
Councilman Creighton?
Here.
Councilman Malloy?
Here.
Sitting as a Board of Water Commissioners, Town Board authorized the following transfers as per 1, 2, and 3 of the agenda.
Councilman Malloy?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Warren?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Benson?
We're reconvened. Supervisor hereby appoints Patricia Thomas to the Youth Advisory Board from September 5, 2012 to December 31st, 2014. We have a first reading for a special event at Burrell's Farm Festival, Parade Walk Run for Hopog High School, first reading. Hopog School's 5K Run, first reading. Parade Run Walk for Sergeant John W. Cook, VFW, on Veterans Day, first reading. A VFW Post Veterans Day Parade, first reading. And Nisqually River 5K Run, first reading. Anybody wish to be heard for or against those permits? Town Board to consider proposed amendments at Chapter 322 of the Code entitled Building Zone Ordinance Article 15. Somebody here for that? Well, we'll hold that one off. Town Board to consider proposed amendments to Chapter 112 of the Code of Town, entitled Article 2, Building Construction Administration as it relates to stop orders, penalty and penalties of offenses. I guess we'll wait for the attorney. We might as well wait for the third one also.
Third one on the table.
Third one, number 3, Town Board to consider proposed amendments, Chapter 322 of the Code of the Town, entitled Building Zone Ordinance as it relates to special exception uses. I'll move to table that.
Second.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Councilman Warren?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Malloy?
Yes.
Town Board to authorize the clerk to advertise for public hearing to be held in the Town Hall Boardroom to consider special exception petition 2012-05 is submitted by the New York SMSA Limited Partnership doing business as Verizon Wireless for a special exception on property on the west side of Southern Boulevard, 889 feet south of Millie Country Road.
Councilman Malloy?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Warren?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes, Town Board to authorize the clerk to advertise for public hearing at the Senior Center, 420 Middle Country Road, Smithtown, on the 20th day of September 2012 at 7 p.m. to consider an amendment to Chapter 112 of the Code entitled Building Construction as it relates to fees.
Councilman Malloy?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Warren?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes, Town Board to authorize the clerk to advertise public hearing to be held at the Senior Citizen Center, 420 Middle Country Road, on the 20th day of September at 7 p.m. to consider a special exception petition number 8 of 2012 is submitted by St. John Land Development Group for a special exception to construct an assisted living facility on property located on the northeast corner of River Heights Drive and Route 25A, Smithtown.
Councilman Malloy?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Warren?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes. Are you prepared for the hearing? So I can wait if you want.
No, I'm ready.
Okay.
Sorry, I just want to take care of this resolution. I apologize.
Then we'll go back to the public hearings. We'll hear Chapter 322 of the Code as it relates to penalties for offenses.
Here's the one you needed. Wow. Read-ons, there's 4 read-ons.
Good afternoon, Mr. Supervisor, members of the Town Board. My name is John Zolo, Town Attorney for the Town of Smithtown. We have this public hearing is for Chapter 322 zoning. This is in response to the recommendation from the grand jury report dated January 3rd, 2011 that talks about legislative actions that things the town should consider to stiffen up the fines for people who violate the town code. So Chapter 322 is in response to that, and as you can see, there's a significant amount of language that has been inserted in here regarding actions the town can take with respect to violators of the town code, specifically failure to abide by site plan was one of the things that was brought up at the grand jury's report. We've increased penalties significantly from a $500 fine to a fine for the first offense of not less than $500, no more than $5,000. So there's a big window there. And it also has provisions in there which were not in the code previously for repeat offenders, where we can increase the fines within a period of time. If they do it within 5 years, fines can go up to $10,000. And for a third offense, if committed within the same 5-year period, additional $4,000 plus a misdemeanor. So what we try to do is put more teeth in our ordinance in terms of enforcement, and also making it a punishment, significant punishment for someone who violates the town code, as opposed to a mere cost of doing business. And that's apparently what came out through the grand jury investigation and report, was that there was a cost of doing business. This will make this much more severe, much more easily enforceable for us in district court. And also what we've done is we've allowed in section B, proposed section B, the ability to go after these people civilly in addition to the criminal fine. Again, it's about enforcement. It's about having the ability to use a club if we need to get enforcement, and making it not just a simple course of doing business, violate the code and deal with consequences later. Hopefully, this will be something that will prevent, make people think twice before they go and violate the code. So that concludes my comments with respect to the amendments proposed for Chapter 322. If anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to.
Anyone wish to be heard on this? I'll move to close the hearing.
Second.
Supervisor Rickman?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Councilman Wareham?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Lloyd?
Yes.
Town Board to consider the next public hearing to consider proposed amendments to Chapter 112 of the Code entitled Article 2, Building Construction Administration, as it relates to stop orders, penalty, and penalties of offenses.
Again, Mr. Supervisor, members of the Town Board, John Zolo, Town Attorney. Chapter 112 deals with building construction administration. Again, the proposed changes that you have here are in response to what some of the recommendations that came out from the grand jury report. What we've tried to do is stop work orders. Stop work orders, again, cost of doing business, you violate a stop work order, continue doing business, pay a fine. What we have done here is increase dramatically the fines that can be imposed upon someone who willfully and intentionally violates a stop work order. It authorizes us to go after them. It allows us to go after them civilly as well as criminally. And it is hoped that with a significant increase in the fines, it'll deter anyone from, again, making a conscious decision to say, I'll do what I have to do and deal with the consequences later. So if you look through the code, again, a stop work order is a good example of someone who says, I'm going to do what I want, even though the building official has issued me a stop work order, and I'll pay a $750 fine because it's cheaper to do that. We're taking away, hopefully, that option for them. And unless anyone has any questions on that, I think it's clear we're looking to have a stronger, tougher ordinance, and this is one of the items that was given me to work on, and I did work on with my assistant, Patricia Waite, in terms of coming up with these code amendments that hopefully address some of the concerns that were raised in the grand jury report.
Anyone wish to be heard on these? If not, I'll move to close the hearing.
Second.
Supervisor Rickman?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Councilman Wareham?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Lloyd?
Yes.
Thank you.
Town bid to authorize the clerk to advertise for the following bids. Road and landscape material on September 20th, 2012.
Councilman Lloyd?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareham?
Yes.
Be on the
Councilman
bids.
McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Rickman?
No, tell them, no.
Put them separate.
Tell them to even to mark them in order, put them in order.
Okay.
Yes. Town Board to award the bid for handicap curb cuts and ramps to Jadco Construction, and authorize the supervisor to sign an agreement on a form approved by the town attorney as per the bid opening on August 9th.
Councilman Lloyd?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareham?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes, the town board, after due study and deliberation, to issue a secret negative declaration in the following matters: application for site plan approval by Aces Nursery for Aces Garden Center, application for site plan approval by T-Mobile Northeast LLC for Tier 2 Telecom.
Councilman Malloy,
Yes.
Councilman Creighton,
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio.
Yes. Town Board to approve the following purchase by the town of a part of a parcel, Suffolk County Tax Map 0800-07596, PO 25, from Albert Adler and Joan Adler in the amount of $7,500. Change order number 2 to renovation to Horizons Counseling Center, contract with Friendolph Construction Corp. Approve Fire Marshal Philip Carroll to attend the National Emergency Training Center in Emmitsburg, Maryland on October 19th at no cost to the town. Reappointment of Michael Felice as member of the Board of Assessment Review. Term of office from October 1, 2012 through September 30th, 2017. Town Attorney's Office to commence litigation against GTS Auto Carriers Corporation to recover money owed for damage to a town vehicle. Town Board to authorize the naming of the Little League field located at Gaynor Park to Frank Mangione Field. Town Board to approve Ellen Burke and Carol Napolitano to attend Microsoft Excel seminars at a cost of $256. And H. Louis Nakoro, Kathy Kerr, Julia Schick, and Maria Manita to attend the KVS LI Region User Conference at Village of North Hills at the cost of $20 per person.
Councilman Malloy,
Yep. Yes.
Councilman Creighton,
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio.
Yes, Town Board to grant approval for a zoning petition by Boulder Properties to amend the condition of approval previously amended through petition 2010-07, property located Wisconsin Port Jefferson Highway and Mount Pleasant Road, as per the memorandum by the planning director dated September 4th, 2012.
Councilman Malloy,
Yes.
Councilman Creighton,
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio.
Yes, Town Board to authorize the acceptance of the following cashier's check in the amount of $1,375 and donations as follows per the agenda items from various people to various funds.
Councilman Malloy,
Yes.
Councilman Creighton,
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio.
Sure. Town Board to authorize the controller to execute the following transfers and increase in revenue counts as per items A through K of number 7 of the printed agenda.
Councilman Malloy,
Yes.
Councilman Creighton,
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio.
Yes,
I have number 8, the Town Board to authorize the supervisor to execute the following on a form approved by the town attorney. Agreement with Bender and Schlesinger to provide laboratory services, extension of agreements, the use of Edward Manskeski Firematic Track. C, agreement with MD to provide medical service for the Horizon Program, specialized service agreement, and a hold harmless agreement with Smithtown Central School District. And F, lease of the caretaker's cottage. And G, agreement with RN to provide services.
Councilman Malloy,
Yes.
Councilman Creighton,
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio.
yes,
Item number 9, Town Board to approve settlement in the following matters for recommendation of the town attorney as per 9A, B, and C. A, in the amount of $1,225.32. B, State Farm Insurance, $924.63. And CV, Garofalo Carding for $3,128.
Councilman Malloy,
Yes.
Councilman Creighton,
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio.
yes,
I have number 10, the Town Board to authorize the release of the following performance bond as per item 10A of the printed agenda.
Councilman Malloy,
Yes.
Councilman Creighton,
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio.
yes,
Under Personnel, the Town Board to approve the following personnel matters as per 11A through K. Full-time appointments, medical leave, seasonal appointments, part-time, volunteer services, part-time appointment, part-time, volunteer services, and multiple part-time appointments as per the printed agenda.
Councilman Malloy,
Yes.
Councilman Creighton,
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio.
yes. We
And
have, yeah, go ahead.
we will be signing today, the Town Board sitting as Board of Site Plan Review to consider item 8, T-Mobile/CVS, southwest corner, North New York State, 25A and St. John Road, Kings Park, as per the printed agenda, Tier 2 communication proposal.
Okay, we have resolutions which are not on the printed agenda. Town Board to authorize the town attorney to appoint a hearing officer at an hourly rate not to exceed $165 and to schedule an administrative hearing to terminate the residential carding contracts with Jody Enterprises, Inc. pursuant to paragraph 13.3 of the residential carding contracts and all applicable provisions of Chapter 177 of the Town Code based upon the diverting of town waste to non-town designated facilities, together with such other and further actions as may be appropriate.
Councilman Malloy.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilman Wareham.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio.
Yes. Yes. Town Board to authorize the town attorney to commence an action in New York Supreme Court against Platte River Insurance Company, the surety for Jody Enterprises, Inc., and all other necessary parties based upon the breach of performance by Jody Enterprises under the name of the residential carding contracts with the town of Smithtown.
Councilman Malloy.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilman Wareham.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio.
Yes. Town Board to authorize town attorney to appoint a hearing officer at an hourly rate not to exceed $165 an hour and to prepare charges against Jody Enterprises pursuant to Chapter 177 of the Code in furtherance of the revocation of their town-issued carding license.
Councilman Malloy.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilman Wareham.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio.
Yes. Town Board to authorize the clerk to advertise for the following bid to be returned on October 18th, 2012. The bid is number 12-077, entitled Residential Solid Waste Collection Disposal, contract bid areas 5, 6, 8, and 9.
Councilman Malloy.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilman Wareham.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio.
Yes. To be heard, Mark Levy. Mark Levy here? Would you like to be heard?
I may have been misinformed. There was an article in today's Newsday that I read about an hour ago saying there was to be a discussion about convenience stores.
Well, I think they probably in convenience stores at gas stations.
Yeah.
Is that what you're referring to? Well, that's what it was about, and that hearing was tabled. It won't be heard today. Thank you. No, thank you. Joe Lonegro, yard sales and signs.
Good afternoon to the town board. My name is Joe Lonegro. I lived in the town for almost 45 years, and on the weekend of August 24th, we had a garage sale. We had a sale on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday was a busy day. Saturday was a busy day. Sunday was very slow. I ran out and got coffee. My neighbor called me up and said that the garage sale police were on premise. And he said that we were in violation of the town code about posting signs. So my neighbor showed him the list of signs that we had posted all over town, 14 signs in all. And he said that we take them down at 5 o'clock like we normally do, and this is a sample of the signs. We pay to have them done. And the officer informed us that there was no need to take them down. He already took them down. So needless to say, Sunday was a very slow day for us, and we lost $40, $50 worth of signs, $50 worth of ads, and I'd like to know...
$50 worth of sales.
Not sales. Sales were good. What I'd like to know is, I just want to be treated fairly like everybody else. After we went down and took our signs down at 5 o'clock, we were missing 8 signs. But all over town there were karate signs. I got junk signs, hunk for junk signs. I open your pool signs, close your pool signs, real estate signs. I want to know if I'm real, and I can't even post a sign on my own lawn because he said the town owns 10 feet.
10 feet.
So I said, is that true? He said, yes. So I want to know What can be done about it? What I like to suggest is leave the signs up over the weekend, and if they're not down on a Monday, which I wouldn't have no problem with that because I take my signs down because we reuse them. Give us a fine. If I leave it up on Monday morning and you could send the officer around, take all the signs, the addresses are on them, most of them, and give me a fine, $5, $10 a sign. Then I would be maybe in violation if I left it up. But as far as having a garage sale, what's the town's opinion on it? Am I in violation of posting signs for a garage sale?
Okay. The public safety officer is inside, hearing everything you're saying. We're going to have him address it to you. We've got your address and your name. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Then we'll have him do that. Give you answers to all your questions.
Now?
Not necessary.
I just have one question. Is it a garage sale or is he running a business that's?
I don't know.
This is a garage sale that we do once a year, maybe every other year, accumulation of stuff. And we have fun. We meet a lot of nice people, and we have a good time at it with the neighbors. But that put a kibosh on everything.
Okay, but he will answer every question you've raised today, okay? He'll mail it to you. You mind?
Oh, he's going to mail it to me.
Well, you raised a lot of questions.
I guess I have no choice.
Well, we do have well, let me just say, and then I want to end it because I'll get, town attorney will cut me off. We do have a fairly strict sign ordinance in town.
I
My
agree with-
opinion was that we were going to use our discretion on yard sales or garage sales, and that they would be left up for the duration of the sale.
Yes.
So maybe we had an overzealous officer who did that,
All right.
okay? But we do have I always use the example of we have a no peddling ordinance, but if a young boy was, selling lemonade on a stand at a highway, we wouldn't go and enforce that. So I think the same applies with this.
So we should put up a lemonade stand
No, you should
We
keep
have
up
a
your
stand.
yard sale sign when you have the yard sale.
and have a lemonade stand, and we'll be
Right,
all right?
okay, you got it.
Okay.
All
Thanks.
right, Joe.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Pat.
Joe. Bye-bye. Mr. Bartels? Bartels.
Okay. Jeff Bartels, 10 Board Pass, Huntington.
Mr. Bartels, I want you to, you're restricted by 3-minute rule.
Yes,
Thank you.
the clock's running. Okay, I'm here from Huntington, and once again, it's because both supervisors.
I'm listening to you.
Okay. I'm here because both towns share Covanta. And this, I included a bunch of paperwork there. This is the same packet that I gave to the trustees and the supervisor of the town of Huntington at Huntington's, January's Huntington Town Hall meeting. It includes also the letter about e-waste recycling and so forth to Senator Chuck Schumer. This letter, you'll see, it has the entry date or whatever for the town of Huntington. It's on their records. Senator Chuck Schumer, I sent this to him December 23rd of last year. And people, not for anything, it's an incredible bill idea about recycling, putting deposit on batteries and e-waste, so forth and so on. The man hasn't had the decency to respond to me in any way, shape, or form. And legislator Doc Spencer's team was able to help me with the letter. Now, in your packet is also a report from Freelance Investigations about beryllium, which I mentioned at last month's meeting. It's 1,400 times more deadly than lead and mercury put together. Read about it. It's in e-waste, which gets mixed in with the garbage, which gets burned at Covanta. Now, this is also the packet of the town of Islip's program for their battery recycling and e-waste. This is evidence of one of the lawsuits which was against the town of Huntington in the William Townsend Perks case. This is, you can see the evidence label up here on the corner. This is about radium-226. If anybody knows anything about half-lives, this has a half-life of 1,622 years. It was burned in Covanta. It was released into our air. We all breathed it, and it's continuing to go on. So I hope that you look at all this paperwork and you embrace possibly the ban e-waste, burning e-waste bill, and possibly you do more along with the town of Huntington's Supervisor Frank Petrone to address curbing the causes of cancer, which is starting curbside collection of e-waste and batteries. Take it out of the loop so we are not breathing it and it is not ending up in our drinking water. If I just 1 second, I have thanks. I complain sometimes, but I also hand out thanks. First of all, Supervisor Vecchio, thanks for listening to me last time. But you also, I happened to sit down to Russell Barnett, who's in charge of your waste management. Now, he was nice enough to speak with me after the meeting outside and here for a half hour at least. Now, in the town of Huntington, Neil Sheehan is in charge of the Mirror-like program, or he's responsible for waste management in the town of Huntington. I went to have a meeting with Neil Sheehan about e-waste and so forth. On video, I have Neil Sheehan telling me that under the orders of A.J. Carter, right-hand man to Supervisor Frank Petrone, that he was not to meet with me in any way, shape, or form. So I thank your waste management man, Mr. Barnett, for having an open mind and meeting with me and speaking with me. Thank you very much.
Supervisor Vecchio? Yes. Councilman McCarthy? Yes. Councilman Wareheim?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Malloy?
Yes.